Hi guys, welcome to Strength Universe. Before we get into the video, I'd like to say thank you to JP Martel for bringing Mitchell to my attention. So please give JP a follow on Instagram at Steel and Stones. Mitchell Hooper was born in Ontario, Canada in 1995 and is currently 26 years old. While growing up in Canada, he had an extensive sporting background at both state and a national level in golf, track and field, ice hockey, baseball and swimming. Mitchell is 193 centimetres or 6 foot 4 inches tall and currently weighs 141 kilograms or 311 pounds. Mitchell was scouted by the University of Guelph, where he had a short career playing American football before focusing on his human kinetics degree. The combination of ending his sporting career and the stressful university life led to Mitchell's weight ballooning to 135 kilograms, which culminated in his body fat reaching 40%. Upon seeing this, he acted swiftly to make changes to his lifestyle by returning to his sporting roots and implementing his human kinetics studies to transform his life in just 9 months with the goal of competing at a physique show. These changes culminated in Mitchell competing at the 2015 GNC Berry National Championship, where he weighed in at 95 kilograms or 209 pounds at just 5% body fat after losing over 40 kilograms. After finishing his goal, Mitchell took up running, and over the next 18 months he ran 3 marathons including the Canadian Championships with a best time of 3 hours and 24 minutes. After completing a Bachelor of Science with honours in Human Kinetics at the University of Guelph, Mitchell worked at Canada's National Basketball League as head of strength and conditioning for the KW Titans. In 2018 he moved to Sydney, Australia to complete his Masters of Exercise Physiology at the University of Sydney. After landing in Sydney, Mitchell found himself joining the gym community at Adonis Athletics in Granville. It was here that he was encouraged to act on his natural ability to lift heavy weights and pursue a career in strength sports. Over the next few weeks, all of his lifts were progressing rapidly until he suffered a back injury. But Mitchell followed many of the principles that he developed during his studies and was able to achieve what had been a lifetime goal to deadlift 700 pounds just 4 months later. Shortly afterwards, Mitchell entered his first powerlifting competition when he competed at the APU New South Wales State Championships on the 1st of June 2019. But 2 hours before liftoff, he suffered a fractured bone in his hand. Despite this injury, he still achieved a 292.5 kilogram squat, followed by a 167.5 kilogram bench press, and finally a 332.5 kilogram deadlift, to win the competition with a total of 792.5 kilograms or 1,747 pounds. Mitchell competed at his second powerlifting meet and first national level competition 5 months later, where he set new personal best in all 3 lifts, with a 307.5 kilogram raw squat, a 177.5 kilogram or 391 pound bench press, and a 345 kilogram deadlift, for an 830 kilogram or 1,830 pound total, which not only gave him the win but also set new national records for the deadlift and total in the raw division of the 120 kilogram weight class. His success in powerlifting led him to begin training for his first Strongman competition, which he competed at on the 30th of November 2019 when he took part in the Battle of the Gods. The first event was the 320 kilogram frame carry for 10 metres, followed by 3 deadlifts and a subsequent 10 metre carry. The second event was the overhead medley, in which Mitchell pressed a 130 kilogram log and was the only competitor to successfully press the monster dumbbell.
Come on, let's go!
That's it!
Come on, everything! Fucking punch on!
Yes!
Let's go!
Nice!
Come on, Nick! Keep going!
The overhead medley was followed by the Hercules hold, where Mitchell recorded a time of 1 minute and 9 seconds. The penultimate event was the bag over bar, that required the athletes to throw 2 25kg bags, followed by 2 20kg bags over the bar.
Nice and fast.
The final event was the 180kg Atlas stone over bar for repetitions.
That's it. Nice. Come on.
Mitchell won the competition, which qualified him for the 2020 Arnold Strongman Amateurs. Despite doing all the work that's required to put in a good showing at the Arnold Amateur Strongman Classic, the competition was cancelled due to the pandemic. But Mitchell's training didn't go to waste as he went on to win a succession of competitions, starting with the RAF of Ivor, Coal City's Strongest Man, ACT's Strongest Man, and most notably New South Wales Strongest Man, where Mitchell put in a solid performance across all the events, starting with a 400kg super yoke into a 150kg farmer's walk. The super yoke and farmer's walk was followed by the overhead medley, where Mitchell made short work of the 140kg or 309 pound axle and the 100kg or 220 pound barrel, before moving on to the 85kg monster dumbbell and finally the 140kg log lift.
Good job, Mitchell. Come on, Mitchell.
Third event was the deadlift ladder, starting at 240kg before moving on to 260, 280 and then finally a 300kg axle for repetitions. The 9-ton truck pull for distance was the fourth event.
Come on, Mitchell. Come on, Mitchell.
And the final event was the stone over bar with a weight ranging from 150 to 170 kilograms. Mitchell continued to train over the next few months, setting new personal records on every lift. These PRs culminated on the 16th of May 2021, when Mitchell competed at the Victorian Log, Deadlift and Stone Championships, where he won first place and set 2 Australian national records. He started the competition with a new personal best on the log lift of 175 kilograms, before breaking the all-time deadlift record by pulling a staggering 435 kilograms, which he then quickly followed by breaking the national Atlas stone record with a lift of 220 kilograms over a 1.2 metre bar.
Come on, Mitchell.
The following month, Mitchell made an attempt to extend the Australian Atlas stone record. On the day, the stone weighed 232 kilograms or 511 pounds, and despite 3 failed attempts due to issues with his tacky, he was able to comfortably extend the Australian record on his 4th attempt, and believes that he has 250 kilograms or 551 pounds in the tank. On the 23rd of October, Mitchell took part in Static Monsters, where he achieved a 485 kilogram or 1,069 pound 18-inch axle deadlift, followed by a 200 kilogram or 441 pound log press, for a 685 kilogram total.
Hey everyone. So over the weekend I competed in Static Monsters, and I submitted a 485 kilo deadlift and a 200 kilo log press as my completed lifts, as judged successful on the day. I'm in a unique situation where the video of the log press, when looked at from the side, it doesn't show that I have the log fully under control, which is clearly stated in the rules, and that's part of completing the lift. Now, from the front, and where strongman log presses are always judged from, this would have looked like it was under control. But as someone who prides themselves on integrity and respect for the sport and respect for the community, I want to take this opportunity to withdraw that attempt and not have that attempt considered for my Static Monsters total. I think as strongmen and as people who are part of a niche sport, we do have to hold ourselves accountable. I definitely think I'm capable, and I'm looking forward to do a lot more than that at Static Monsters World Championships. But I don't think I proved I was capable of that on the day. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in Ohio.
Despite withdrawing his log press, Mitchell was still left with a 485 kg deadlift and a 185 kg log press, for a combined 670 kg total, and a new world record in the open weight class, beating other well-known competitors, including Gabriel Pena, Citronus Civicus, and Jerry Pritchett. That brings us to Mitchell's last competition of this video, when he competed at the Excalibur Maximum Deadlift competition on the 7th of November, where he started with an opener of 400 kg or 881 pounds, before moving to a new competition PB, an Australian record of 440 kg. He then extended that record and joined the 1,000 pound club by pulling 455 kg or 1,003 pounds. His final lift of 475 kg or 1,047 pounds not only extended the Australian record, but was also the third heaviest competition deadlift in history, and Mitchell achieved this at a lighter bodyweight than Ivan Makarov. I asked Mitchell what his goal was, and he said to have fun training and competing with the aim of getting a pro card and eventually winning the World's Strongest Man at Arnold Strongman Classic. I hope he can fulfill his goals and receives an invite to compete at next year's World Open and Deadlift Championship. That brings me towards the end of the video, but it'd be awesome if you could leave a comment below, letting me know what you think Mitchell can achieve in Strongman and the deadlift. I've left his social media links along with my affiliate links in the description below, so please check those out and give them a follow. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, it would be great if you could help support my channel by smashing like, sharing the video and subscribing. Thank you.